Welcome, everybody, to another episode. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We have Bitcoin's crashing. Obviously, HEX is pulling back a little bit. And we have the gatekeeping. And obviously, Richard Hart has a Pulse chain update with some very, very good news. So all some good stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. What's going on in the chat? Let's see a second. It's too bright. Yeah, that's better. What's going on, Bob Stutz and BEP4? Bob Stutz said, I think so. Had a 15-minute Zoom with him this morning and liked what he had to say. Well, thank you, Bob. I liked talking to you. It was really a pleasure meeting you. And thank you for tuning in. And obviously, I'm looking forward to talking with you in the future and things like that. Metastang. Furu's the man. What's going on, Metastang? Metastang is a patron as well. Hoping to gain a lot of knowledge from him and others. I'm older and new to all this, also somewhat computer illiterate, so I need help. And that's what I'm here for, and I look forward to helping you, Bob. And obviously, you could always tune in here. We got some good info as well and things like that. And join the Patreon. Yes, thanks. Sunday at 12, we have the Patreon meeting with myself and all the patrons. Every Sunday, you can join it live. The link will be sent out and posted on Patreon. Or you can watch the replay. And also, for my patrons, just before I started this, I actually posted a video of my portfolio and trades this week. So you get my portfolio allocation, everything that I'm holding, the percentages of the portfolio. You also have the buys and sells that I do and things like that. So get in the inside, right? Get on the inside of Furu Finance. Join the community of like-minded people. Links in the description. And Bet4. What's going on, Bet4? 26 was tough to understand. Crypto 2 took a lot of work. It didn't come easy. Yeah, not easy. Not easy. And Brizology is in the house. No, I am awake. I'm awake, bro. A blank screen for 15 minutes. Hope not. And AB, what's the update? Stay tuned. We will get you the update. And Humberto Gonzalez, what's going on? Greetings from Miami. What's going on, Humberto Gonzalez? Let's get into it, guys. Please, obviously, hit the like button if you're enjoying and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And a special thank you for those that are watching the replay. We really appreciate you guys as well. Bitcoin, obviously, major dumpage. This was upon the news of the Silvergate Capital bankruptcy, which I covered in the last stream. Very, very bad news. I was going to say maybe if... Wait, let me just extend this a little bit. Right, so we were holding this trend line very, very well. Until, obviously, the Silvergate thing came in, and then we just broke below it all the way down to this trend line and not even holding it as support, looking like we're not going to hold it as support if this candle closes below 20,000, basically. So I was thinking maybe if the market wouldn't dip so much, that would be further confirmation that the bottom is in because we're so oversold. But it has. Also, obviously, the Fed sent the Bitcoin to Coinbase, right? The Ross Ulbricht coins. So that's also probably partially responsible for this massive dip. So it's a little bit multifaceted. There's a lot of bad stuff happened at once. Obviously, one was the Ross Ulbricht coins, and two was the Silvergate Capital bankruptcy. So let's see. I mean, it's looking like we could go as low as 18,000 now. 18,000. It's possible. And am I nervous that, I'm wrong and we're going to hit 11K? Not yet. But it's definitely getting closer to that. So if we get to this trend line back down at 18,000, we could definitely be we definitely have to put 11K and pray back in the cards. That would be crazy. That would be the longest time frame top to bottom in Bitcoin history. That would be exceptional. Also, so aside from obviously the Ross Ulbricht coins and the Silvergate Capital going under, there's also rumors that the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates by 50 basis points instead of the projected expected 25 basis point rate hike. So that could be partially part of it. So it's a very multifaceted dump because obviously we know Bitcoin is tied to the broader markets to an extent, at least. So going to be very interesting. And we might be at the point where if we get a 25 basis point, that could be very bullish because it looks like the market's already baking in a 50. What do I think it's going to be? 50 or 25? That's going to depend on the upcoming CPI next week. I think then we'll know for sure. So you know what? I'm going to say that it's not to do with the Fed hawkish Jerome Powell press conference in DC or whatever, because I think the market, I think if the CPI comes back higher than expected, then we could be looking at more downside. But who knows? There were also times where the Fed doubled down and Bitcoin just didn't do anything just because it dumped so much following Terra Luna and stuff like that. So I don't even know if we're going to get more downside from the Fed. But obviously, Silvergate Capital, the question is, at this point, is it going to be like FTX, where FTX took down everything because everyone was in business with FTX and the money wasn't there? So Silvergate says the money's there, and Silvergate is regulated. It's in the US, so it's less likely. So you know what? I'm sticking with the bottoms in, okay? I'm going to stick to my guns. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Then we got the HEX price getting a nice little dump with the Bitcoin price. Looking like we are under 6 cents now, and we're trying to hold this support line at 5. If we break below the support, I mean, we could be headed down lower, probably around here, 4.7, 4.6. But let's hope we hold it. Let's hope that the testnet V3 comes very soon, and things are looking very, very optimistic as far as the Pulsechain testnet V3. Obviously, Richard Hart coming out with a very bullish tweet, and other good news that we're going to get into. We look at the crypto bubbles. Wow, Christmas tree. All gains from Bitcoin in like the last 3 months were just erased like that. Snap of a finger. But everything's down. HEX is down 6.5%. Bitcoin down 7%. Bitcoin's down more than HEX. Bitcoin pumps less and dumps more. What about Bitcoin compared to Ethereum? Where's Ethereum? Ethereum is down 7.9, so a little bit more than Bitcoin. But from its local low, it pumped more and dumped less. So that's cool. Everything's down. Your coins suck. Let's go to HEX. Daily stats, checking it on the daily. Now we might break below the 1000x from all-time low, which is not looking good. And there was a net decrease. Wow, net decrease in current holders, but a net increase in current miners. So listen, I mean, these things happen every once in a while, but it's been happening a lot less frequently than maybe even people thought it would occur. So yeah, we're not at all-time highs in terms of change in current holders, but we are in current miners, and we're only 25 away from all-time high in current holders of HEX. So still super mega bullish, and in my opinion, and obviously not financial advice. But that's it for the HEX daily stats. What's going on in the chat? Let's see what you guys are saying before we get into the news and the topics. Before we get into today's topics. But if you're enjoying, just remember to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's pump the like button. Hit that like button and go share it. Go share it on your Twitter. Give me a tag and I'll retweet you. I got 1,500 followers on Twitter, so that's cool. You guys should definitely get into that Twitter. We're also gonna answer your questions because we love you. I love you guys, and I want to maybe answer your questions to the best of my ability. But what's going on in the chat? Brazology says, "Give me Liberty or give me Hex." Give me Liberty or give me Hex. Thanks for all you do. My pleasure. I really appreciate doing what I do. So don't even need to thank me, but I obviously appreciate it. And Brazology says our gains are getting Thanos. Very true, very true. Mr. Chuck, I appreciate you, Furu. I appreciate you, Mr. Chuck. And Archie S, afternoon all. What's going on, Archie S? Yeah, but 50 people watching. Just a friendly reminder that consider going to the description and scheduling a one-on-one at a time best fit for you. Links in the description, furufinance.com. Schedule a free one-on-one with me. Also, consider joining the Patreon. Just released a video of the Patreon covering my portfolio and trades for this past week. So if you get in the silver or gold tier, 20 or 30 a month, you get that. You get the weekly Zoom meeting, courses, Discord, everything like that. So awesome. Dick Deverox says Mount Gox coming in June. Mount Gox coins coming in June. No, I think it was postponed to. Was it postponed to June? Possibly. But I'm not worried about the Mount Gox coins. They've been. I don't know. I think if the price goes up, it's not going to get liquidated. It's going to get given to the depositors, and maybe they'll hold it because the price is going up. But if they release it now, then it's probably not going to be good for the price because people like buying bottoms, buying tops and selling bottoms. And JB is asking for a V3. We're going to get to V3 prediction. Just remind me later as well, JB. And let's just get into the Twitter. And we got Furu Finance. I went on a little bit of a Twitter storm today. A lot of tweeting. So guys, make sure you're following me on Twitter. But I kind of Twitter for me, it's like YouTube. There's a routine. Patreon, there's a routine. TikTok, not as much of a routine, but I just more like not routine. But Twitter, it's like inspiration. When I get inspired, when I have these thoughts, I don't like tweeting for the sake of just tweeting, just so I get engagement. I just like tweeting when I actually have something to say that I think is meaningful and very few people are talking about, or something that I believe needs to be highlighted. And I had some inspiration this morning and I was just sending out those tweets. So we're going to cover some of them because they're very important. But this is regarding the influencers in HEX, the mainstream influencers in HEX. A lot of people, they want mainstream influencers to be covering HEX and things like that. So I talked about why they're not covering HEX and when they are, and first of all, if they're going to cover HEX, and obviously the answer is yes, but when they're going to cover HEX. And then I talk about also why they don't cover HEX now. It's not, people say it's gatekeeping. There is some of the gatekeeping, but I have other reasons as well. And we're going to get into that by reading the first tweet. It says, a successful crypto investor goes against the trend. A successful crypto influencer follows the trend. HEX will not be promulgated by successful influencers until it becomes mainstream. By then, it's too late. And I'm quote tweeting. Maybe I should have read this tweet first, but it says, as an influencer, you are in the business of getting the most views possible. Covering trends is key to getting traffic to your channel. Going counter trend is counterproductive. So as an influencer, going counter trend is counterproductive. You cannot expect influencers to get ahead of trends. It's not in their interest. Hashtag HEX. But yes, this is a very important point because as an investor, right, as a cryptocurrency investor especially, what you want to do is you want to get ahead of the trend. You want to get in there before everyone else is in there, because once everyone else is in there, it's over, right? But as an influencer, you want traffic to your website. And to get traffic to your website, you need people, there needs to be significant interest in the topic, right? So you want to get in when everyone's in, right? They want to talk about Bitcoin because there are so many people in Bitcoin. There's such a large demographic for Bitcoin that they can pop out videos getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views covering Bitcoin easily. But HEX, they're not going to get that because there's not so much interest in it yet, right? So what's better for them? What's a better topic for them to cover? For them to cover a better topic is Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? If you have millions of subscribers and you're not like a small niche channel that is behind, that doesn't get to the front of the line on the algo, right? You want to cover mainstream things. You want to go where the party is because that's what gets your channel the most engagement, which you can use to leverage for paid sponsorships, advertisements, paid shilling coins, and all those kinds of things, memberships for your channel, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards. The point is, a crypto influencer is supposed to take the road not taken where nobody's at yet in anticipation for, getting there, whatever. And if they go to the traffic, if they go where everyone is, right? If they go to Bitcoin and Ethereum, where already you have Elon Musk buying and all the richest people buying, you guys know the drill. Point is that the gains are done. The opportunity to make money is gone. You want to get in before the trend. You want to be pre-trend. But if influencers get in pre-trend, it's just another drive-by altcoin video that nobody's going to click. Nobody's going to click. Once it becomes mainstream, they're going to get a lot of engagement. So you need to put yourself in the shoes of a mainstream influencer like BitBoy Crypto, trying to get as much engagement as possible because that's what they do. So what are you going to cover? HEX? HEX, you can either get a bad rep because these ADA tards and all these other communities think it's a scam, or it'll just be another drive-by altcoin, one of the hundreds that he covers that nobody cares about. You're going to cover Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. So that's the point. So this idea that you can be a good crypto investor and also a big influencer is kind of an oxymoron. You have to either be one or the other. If you are a good crypto influencer, you are probably not a good crypto investor. And that's why you have all the biggest channels like Altcoin Daily, BitBoy Crypto, Crypto Mason. They're all covering XRP and Hedera Hashgraph and all these crappy coins that nobody cares about, but they have big communities and get a lot of viewership. So this is something that nobody was talking about in HEX, and I feel like I cracked it, and now people are talking about it. The good news is if we keep talking about it and we keep showing people why HEX is so good, then eventually the big influencers are going to want to cover it because the community is going to be that big that it'll get them a lot of traffic. And let's continue. The biggest crypto influencers all got into Bitcoin late. The Moon Carl, Altcoin Daily, BitBoy. I'm pretty sure all their channels started in about 2018 or 2017. Okay. They're all late. All they talk about is Bitcoin and Ethereum. They were late on it. They were late on it. They didn't get in on 2009, 2010, 2011. Those who got in early don't influence, and those who don't influence get in early. The same will apply for HEX. They will only cover it when it's too late. It's in their nature. That's what makes them an elite influencer, right? If you're an elite influencer, you get to you identify trends and you cover them. You identify areas where a lot of people are talking about it, whatever, and you cover a lot of topics that people are, engaged in, and you cover them, and then you therefore get engagement. As an investor, right, you want to get in before there's engagement. So it's just a different time frame, and it's for different kinds of people. Look at all the people that got in early on Bitcoin. They're not big influencers. They're not charismatic. They're not good at influencing. That's just not what they do. It's Gavin Anderson. The guy's he hasn't even been on Twitter in 3 years. There's that's Chase Meyer, maybe Chase Meyer, Voorhees. These people, they might have a big social media because they got in so early, but they're not influencers. They're not good at influencing. Their success didn't come at influencing. They're the kind of people that identify trends early, and that's why they are who they are. Point is that we got to do it ourselves. We don't need to grovel. We don't need to beg. We just need to create our own content. We have our own influencers, and they're doing awesome. And then we have TikToks. Obviously, hop in the TikTok, YouTube short, Telegram chat, and things like that. And it will get to the point where there is so much traffic that the influencers then cover it. But by that time, it's too late, right? It's not too late, as in there's always a reason to get in, but the mad gains, the gains that we're expecting, the opportunity for that is going to be diminished, to say the least. And we see that with Bitcoin, and we see that with Ethereum playing out. But next up is Furu Finance. So that's with regard to the influencing. Then we are going to get to the gatekeeping as far as centralized exchanges and stuff, which the first tweet that I wrote about that was CZ. CZ is a formidable adversary. Many have ruled in crypto, but never as long as CZ. He has established himself as the single biggest player in the crypto industry for years. CZ deserves the right to gatekeep HEX, and if we can't get past him, we don't deserve adoption. And then I quoted Triple the Mogul, a friend of mine, at Triple the Mogul. He said, if you cannot respect CZ, I cannot respect you. He said, if you can't respect this, I can't respect you. So I apply that to CZ. But the point is that CZ is gatekeeping because obviously it's what's best for CZ, right? He doesn't want people to stop trading and things like that. And he wants there to be a lot of trading volume, and obviously a lot of fees collected for exchanging, and HEX kind of disincentivizes that. And also it could be that it's just there are so many coins out there and most of them suck that he hears about this one. No, but that's not true because they're going out of their way to gatekeep it. Most other coins that are terrible, they don't do. So it's likely because of that. Also, you have the exchange fees that for listing and whatever, the whole thing, which HEX obviously doesn't want to pay. Which Richard Hart wouldn't want to pay, or any of the Hexkins, they would not want to pay. They would not want to give away free coins for Binance to dump. But the point is that he earned his spot as a gatekeeper. So people think about gatekeeping like it's a really terrible thing, but it's not necessarily. Gatekeeping is the way of the world. We all gatekeep. The thing is that as a gatekeeper, meaning somebody who's in power, somebody who is at the top, right? Somebody who, could control to an extent what cryptos get coverage and what don't. You're responsible to, there's a responsibility, right? Part of gatekeeping, for example, not mentioning coins that are scams or that are just crappy projects that will get people wrecked or that just enrich the founders kind of thing. Just bad projects. There is a responsibility for people in positions of influence in crypto to gatekeep, right? CZ should not let any coin be listed on his exchange. They should do their due diligence, and if it's not good, they should gatekeep it. Richard Hart gatekeeps technically, right? Like he only talks about his projects. So I'm saying gatekeeping is like anything, or like many things, is a double-edged sword. And if you are in that position of control, you're responsible to gatekeep responsibly, the keeper of the gate, right? So obviously CZ, in my opinion, and probably your opinion, has not been doing it responsibly, and maybe he's even been abusive of his power. But the point is, if you want to be a winner, you need to respect winners. And CZ, you need to respect your adversary. You need to take it seriously, and you have to understand that they got to where they got because they're fucking good. And that's the case with CZ. I mean, he's been in crypto before it was a thing to be in crypto, and he established an empire. And if he's gatekeeping, you could either get through it or you could cry like a bitch. And I'd say the better thing would be to do would be to actually get things done, like TikToks, like content, like putting information out there, spreading the word, onboarding, those kinds of things. That will get past the boss. It's like Bowser and Mario. That's what CZ kind of is. But you got to respect him. I mean, he's an incredible person. And if you cannot respect CZ, I cannot respect you, in the words of Triple the Mogul. So yeah, so shout out to that. And then I tweeted, HEX will go from gate kept to gatekeeper. Changes that don't list an influence, and influencers that refuse to cover HEX will lose their footing in the crypto space. It will happen quicker than you expect. And that already got 124 likes. So people are liking that. Just a word of just some encouragement. Oh, I have it twice up there. But yeah, so that's the words in terms of the gatekeeping and things like that. CZ he's lost his right to the kingdom, so to speak, being a gatekeeper, in my opinion. And I think HEX will grow to the point where either CZ will stop gatekeeping, or they'll lose the gatekeeping privilege because people won't want to use their exchange because it doesn't have HEX. Meaning, like, my example is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is ubiquitous with cryptocurrency. If a cryptocurrency exchange does not list Bitcoin, right, that exchange is not going to go too far. Or if, let's say, it delists Bitcoin, it will lose its business. It'll go under, because Bitcoin is cryptocurrency, right? So the point is HEX is on the trajectory, and there's more work to do. But the goal is HEX is ubiquitous with cryptocurrency. If you want to open up a cryptocurrency exchange, you must list HEX, lest you suffer the consequences of not being a self-sustaining business. So I think that's where it's getting. And anybody that's disappointed about the gatekeeping, go keep your chin up and go do something about it. But that's that for the gatekeeping. We're going to go look at your chats, and then we are going to go on and move to our next thing, which is the Pulse Chain. The Pulse Chain updates from Richard Hart. Jonathan Evanson, Pulse Chain and Pulse X to the heavens. What do you think about the latest news about taxes and so on? What, the 20 to 40% capital gains? I don't think we're going to get 40% capital gains tax on crypto or stuff. I don't think it's going to happen. I'd be very shocked if they get away with that, especially now that the Republicans have the House. So it's probably not going to happen. It's just a little no, but who knows? Guys, 74 people watching. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And considering going to furufinance.com and scheduling a free one-on-one with me, links in the description. My job is to get you where you are to where you want to be. Expand your knowledge in crypto, and all those things, go to furufinance.com. Valen says, looks like a really good time to buy in if you haven't already. HEX is currently on a discount, and with V3 around the corner. I agree. I would agree. But there's obviously some macro things that are a little bit discouraging, but I think they're overrated, and I think there is even a possibility of a decorrelation due to the it's already happened. I mean, you look at the charts; they're not really so correlated because probably mostly because of the V3 hype. But I agree with you. It looks like a really good time to DCA in my non-financial advice opinion. What's going on, Z? Kev83 asks, who is good at influencing? The term itself is gross. I'll tell you who's good at influencing. BitBoy Crypto is very good at influencing. He has like 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube. Coin Bureau, guy from the Coin Bureau, he's got like 2.4 million subscribers, so he's pretty good at influencing. And then we have Altcoin Daily, right? That guy just sucks, but at crypto, but he's amazing at influencing. I mean, as somebody who's on YouTube, I can really, really respect what they've done. It's not easy. Getting to millions of subscribers is not easy. You better bet your ass that BitBoy Crypto worked his ass off and has an edge. I mean, you just don't get there by accident. You don't. But you do get there by being late to trends. You do get there by identifying trends, but that already implies by identifying trends, they're already trends, they're already happening, right? There's already a lot of traffic there. Being an investor, you want to get there before the traffic happens. So you have to get in before everyone else gets in. And that's how you take off. Once everyone else gets in, it's over. So what it takes to be the overall thesis is what it takes to be a good influencer is kind of the opposite of what it takes to be a good investor. That's why you can't take these good influencers seriously as investors. And then obviously you have the pay for play and all that sort of nonsense. You have there's conflicts of interest and things like that. So that's the TLDR. Chad Donnerschwans. What's going on, Chad? Furu woke up and chose violence against actual Furus. No violence. No violence. Never violence. But metaphorically speaking. Give me Liberty or give me Hex. Spotted. Hex Smurfer. What's going on, Hex Smurfer? Give me Spotted. See you at the club. Give me Liberty or give me Hex. Are you a celeb or something? I'm going to look up your Twitter. Give me Liberty or give me Hex. Let's see. Am I following you? No. Don't see you. Oh, what's going on, Hex Go? All right. We're going to catch up on the chats soon. Moving on, we got 87 people watching. So be sure that if you're enjoying the stream to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. But let's talk about Richard Hart. Some good news finally. Not finally. We've been getting a lot of good news, actually. And he says, at least the Pulsechain.com V3 testnet is coming along wonderfully. I'm excited. Smiley face. That's right, guys. He said it's coming along wonderfully. Wonderfully. So since the bug has been fixed and there's been some syncing, right? There's been some syncing. They're syncing the data. It's going along wonderful. So no bugs. So hopefully the ABIT HEX any day V3 prediction will come very soon. But that's very good news. It could be that Pulsechain V3 will be launched next week or next day. But it's always nice to hear that it's coming along wonderfully. And did he tweet since then? No, nothing to do with that. So yeah, it's coming along wonderfully, guys. So it's looking like it's going to be here very, very soon. And then hopefully maybe 2 to 3 months from the testnet to the mainnet. But ABIT_HEX says maybe 6 months, to which I wouldn't mind. That's some good accumulation time. But it's looking like V3 is going to be here very, very soon. That's the overall point. That's the overall point. And then we have a good point I made here, which is many people say Pulsechain will bring in the crypto bull market, while simultaneously saying that Richard Hart is waiting for the bottom to launch Pulsechain. Both cannot be true. Which one is it? So that's a great point, right? So if Pulsechain is going to be the catalyst for the bull market, that means that its launch will bring about the bull market, meaning that Richard Hart would not have to wait for it. But if Richard Hart is waiting for the bull market, then it cannot be the catalyst, right? That means that something else is going to bring about the bull market. And I guess if Richard Hart is waiting for the bottom, then that means that it will not be the catalyst, right? Because he's going to wait for another catalyst, and then that will be the bottom, right? That will be what brings about the bull market. He shouldn't have to wait for a bottom if it's what's going to trigger the bull market, is what I'm saying. So we did a poll. Let me see if I can refresh it and update it. You guys could vote. We have 57 votes. The most voted for was this. So there was Pulsechain brings the bull run, Richard Hart waiting for the bottom, and will launch when ready. And most people said will launch when ready. So I would tend to say will launch when ready. But clearly he's not waiting for the bottom if he's giving regular updates, and there are things that go wrong, which means it implies it's not ready yet. So once it's ready, though, he could wait for the bull market. But if he waits for the bull market, then something else will be the catalyst of the bull market. That's really the overall point. So I think it's going to launch when it's ready. I think if you think that he's waiting for the waiting for the bottom or the bull market, I think it's pretty confirmed that you're wrong, because he's giving regular updates. I mean, unless you want to say he's going to wait for it once it's complete. And then there's Pulsechain will bring the bull run. So if he's going to launch it when it's ready, it's possible it will bring the bull run. But there could be other things that happen that won't. There could be other things that happen that bring that front run Pulsechain that instead bring about the bull run. So it could be like Pulsechain has the force to bring in the bull market, but there are also other things that have the force and the power to bring about the bull market. And it's just a matter of which one gets there first. How about that? Does that make sense? I think that's a good explanation. But go like and retweet that. I would like it, but everyone knows the rules. And next up is HEX. HEX, let's give credit where credit is due. You go follow her. She's got almost 20,000 followers on Twitter, which is pretty incredible. She's been following the Ivan on Tech saga very closely, and I think she's been heavily involved. I think she's a big reason why Ivan on Tech talks about Pulsechain, because she's in the chat and she is asking questions both in the chat and on Twitter. So she got another soundbite of Ivan talking about Pulsechain. And remember when we were talking about big influencers talking about it, I think Ivan is definitely indicative of what's to come in the future. I think Ivan is a little bit smarter than all of them, or a lot smarter. And I really like that Ivan says respect the pump. Like he respects winning, right? And that's another thing Triple Mogul told me once. You got to respect winning. So Ivan on tech respects winners, and he knows that Hex is a winner. He knows that Pulse Chain's a winner. That's why he sacrificed for Pulse Chain. And he's really the nickname is Ivan on Hex. So he might be the first biggest influencer to adopt it. I also like that he's really close with all these other influencers, and it's kind of like Hex is like nobody wants to do it until somebody does it first. And like once someone does it and everyone sees like, look, it's okay to talk about it, nothing happens, all their audience doesn't leave. I think they're going to feel more comfortable. They're going to feel more comfortable, jumping in the pool and talking about Pulse Chain and Hex and all those kinds of things. And if you think he's talking about Pulse Chain but not Hex, obviously it's 2 and 2 together. Like it's only inevitable he's going to start talking about Hex, because you can't disaggregate Hex and Pulse Chain. It's kind of one and the same as in terms of a topic. I mean, if your attention's on one, it's going to inevitably be on the other. But I'm actually going to stop the screen share, and I'm going to share the tab so we could play the audio of my guy, Ivan on tech.
Let's go to the Q&A right now. Perfect timing next month to launch Pulse. Yeah, I mean, listen, Pulse Chain, I hope they launch soon, because right now this is, as you say, is like the bottom of the bear market. Not really, because it was in November, but it's close. It's close. Do you think that Pulse Chain and PulseX will be true DeFi together with Hex and restore faith overall? Yeah, possibly. I mean, without admin keys, it is definitely in a better position than many other DeFi. And yeah, I mean, Hex is without admin key, it just runs, it just works. I guess the problem is that it's very simple system. As soon as you want something like DeFi on ETH is very complex, it's derivatives, perpetuals, it's all kinds of things. So with time, I hope that we can do even those more complex use cases in a fully decentralized non-admin key way. Hex has many derivatives like Hedron. Oh, that's good. I mean, listen, I'm not too deep into that, but if you say that Hedron and Ikusa are derivatives, that's fantastic. So basically, I tweeted that I would be interested in interviewing wallets and ask who's a good wallet, like which are good wallets. So if they are EVM, let's do some intro. They wanted to add Pulse Chain, but Richard Hart is making his own wallet. Yeah, but add Pulse Chain nonetheless. I know that Richard Hart is making own wallet, but you're not gonna use only. I mean, the problem if Richard Hart is gonna do wallet, yeah, but I have my assets. I don't want to have one wallet for Richard Hart wallet for Pulse, and then another wallet for non-Pulse, and then a third wallet for this. So you don't need just one wallet. You can have many wallets. It's because it is EVM. You can easily go to any wallet. So in fact, I think there's going to be demand for different wallets supporting Pulse. That's why I wouldn't be discouraged if you are a wallet developer to add Pulse, because Richard Hart is going to do his own wallet. Now, most people probably going to use Richard Hart wallet, but there's also a massive amount of people. Like if Pulse is to become big, let's say, everyone already has a wallet. Like to move to another wallet, man, it's quite a lot. You need to generate a new seed phrase. You're going to do that. You need to do all kinds of you're used to using a wallet. You're safe with a wallet. So I think there's a lot of value if Pulse is to become big and it goes across chains, and it's not only for Hexicans and the Pulsians, but actually becomes like a massive L1. Is gonna be in all wallets. So yeah, don't get discouraged by that. MetaMask will work on Pulse Chain. Yeah, I mean MetaMask will work exactly. You just add the RPC and it works. Yeah, I mean when testnet is live, we're gonna do interview with Richard, and I would love to ask him like why do you need a wallet? Because there are many wallets. Like MetaMask has a wallet, but I guess that he doesn't like this gating. That someone can stop his project, so he needs to control the full flow. And I understand that. Like CoinGecko still doesn't show Hex, so you get tired of it. So you implement the full stack.
Yeah, good stuff, man. That's Ivan on tech there. Ivan on tech. He is like one of the biggest influencers in the space, and he's talking about it increasingly more and more. So You know, it's a good sign of what's to come. Let's just say that. And if you guys think that it has nothing to do with the work that we're doing, you're mistaken. I mean, he's watching us. So, and the example that I gave yesterday was Jake Sharp. One of his videos I saw on Twitter in the comments, Ivan on Tech was commenting. There was a screenshot of that on Twitter. So obviously he's watching our content, and I think it's making him more and more interested, more and more likely to talk about it. So it's just a taste of what's to come, guys. The gatekeeping, it's not going to last much longer. And I think that is why we've seen the recent pivot, because obviously when there was gatekeeping and people refused to talk about Richard, the outrage marketing was the way to sort of neutralize it and get people to talk about him. But obviously people were talking about him negatively. But now that there's a lot of people talking about him, they're going to go want to check out his stuff, right? They're going to want to check out his website, his Instagram, his Twitter, see if these things are true. And obviously since he pivoted, they're going to look at, you know, the nice tweets about people saying their lives were changed, and him saying nice things about, you know, not wanting to show off and just helping out people, saving people, just being a really, really nice guy. I think people are gonna obviously warm up to him and be more open to adopting his cryptocurrencies and, you know, adding them to their portfolio. And it's also going to discredit people that slander him, because if you go to his website, it doesn't seem like he's that monster that they're talking him up to be. So that's good. The gates are coming down, but there's still a long way to go, and that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. We're educating, massive education. We're educating the masses on this ecosystem and why it is the best ecosystem, and we're going to make it the biggest ecosystem. And when it's really big, you're going to kind of have to talk about it, or you're not going to be successful as an influencer, at which point the influencers go on and they start covering it. But there's still a long way to go, guys, and that's obviously why you have to get in the HEX TikTok and YouTube Shorts Telegram, and you have to start generating those TikToks. And you have to get on Twitter and follow the right people, spread the word, join the conversation, blah, blah, blah. But it's getting there. And the combination of, you know, the content creation and the green candles and the Pulsechain V3 launch will bring about the virality that everyone's waiting for. That's really what it comes down to. But respect the gatekeeping. Respect the empire that CZ's built. I don't blame him, but that doesn't mean he's right, and that doesn't mean it's not going to come to an end. And we got 105 people watching, so we're going to get to the chat and see what you guys are saying. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and get on the inside. Go check out my portfolio in the Patreon, gold and silver, in the link below in the description, and consider booking a free one-on-one with me to learn more about cryptocurrency, HEX, Pulsechain, PulseX, Pulsechain launch strategies, profit-taking strategies, blockchain technology, anything you guys want to do. Links in the description. Go check it out. But what's going on, guys? Hit the like and subscribe. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Bet4 says, do you believe we will get a huge crash when the Feds pivot? That's what Ben Cage said. He said that when the interest rates are lowered, I think maybe the institutions want to close their, sell off their stock to pay back their loans so they could take out new loans. They could take out new loans at a lower interest rate so they could pay less interest to buy back the stock. The only thing is, though, is I thought that it's a, first of all, I thought the rate's not fixed. So I don't know if they need to sell off their stocks to get the the lower rate. And also, there's only these high interest rates have only been for a short period of time. Like it hasn't been even a year of these elevated rates. So maybe if it is a fixed rate, most of the leverage they're on is on the 0% interest rate. But I don't know. That was an interesting point he brought up for sure. And it has crashed in the past when the Fed's pivoted. The thing is, you don't really know if it's going to. I'm sure there are times where it hasn't crashed. And you don't know how much it's going to crash. And you don't know how low it's going to crash. Maybe we go up a lot higher in anticipation, and then we crash the current price points, in which, selling now or not buying now is maybe not the best idea. So I'm definitely not gonna try and time a Fed pivot crash or whatever. I just continue to DCA. The market's pretty wrecked right now. Especially also, you have to understand that crypto is notorious for really front running the stock market and real estate market. So like when crypto crashes before stocks because it's more liquid and volatile and blah blah blah, the whole thing, whatever. So it could already be just so oversold that it's not even going to have a capitulation the likes of the stock market. It's very complex trying to time markets. It's not something that I do. It's something that I stay away from, especially when you're in the right asset that's going up and to the right. I think trying to time a Fed pivot crash kind of thing is a very stupid thing to do. I think it's certainly possible, but there's no guarantee that it's going to work out in your favor. If you're a crypto whale, the thing to do for now is live in a country that does not have any crypto regulations yet. Sell at a profit without penalty. Well, hey, easy for you to say maybe, but if you are a U.S. citizen, then you can't escape taxes unless you want to renounce your U.S. citizenship, which is something that I wouldn't want to do. And I'm sure a lot of people think like that as well. So Nomad Capitalist is the guy that really covers that a lot. But yeah, I mean, listen, there are some places you could go that, like Dubai is a good example of where there's no capital gains taxes. So if you're a trader or if you're a crypto person, maybe a place to consider living, but you're going to have to revoke your U.S. citizenship. The point is, what is he influencing? Drumming up exit liquidity. Are you talking about Ivan? I don't know about that. What makes you say that? Both Coin Bureau and BitBoy has released original news, not copies of what has already been said. I don't know what you mean. Can I buy HEX for 3 cents again? It's possible, but it's also possible not like that. If I had to guess, I would say that no, but I don't know. It's a guess. Nobody knows. Even Richard Hart doesn't know. You know that? So if Richard Hart doesn't know, I don't know. Too often you see Paul Barron just reporting on what's already been said. Yeah, exactly. When did those influencers get you in on the AI tokens? Did they get you in on AGI when AGI was trading at like 3-4 cents? Or those other AI tokens? No, they only got you in on it. They only started saying it's the next big thing once it was up like 400% or like 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? And that's because it went up and they're like, oh, everyone's talking about it. It's drumming up a lot of traffic. It's drumming up a lot of engagement. Let me grift off that engagement. Let me ride that engagement. If they would have announced the AI hype happening before it happened, they would not be getting any engagement when they post their videos. So why should they do that? May as well just cover the current hype. That's just how it works, man. But that's why I'm here, right? I can engage with you guys. One, it's in my best interest because if I talk about those bigger topics, I'm not going to get anything on the algorithm. Two, I'm not an amazing influencer. I like to think of myself as a better crypto chooser who happens to be on the internet. So this is just what interests me and is what I'm passionate about. What's up, man? Do we buy Pulse immediately when it goes live? I'm gonna buy immediately. I'm not gonna buy all my Pulse immediately, but people think like all or nothing. There could be some to buy immediately, right, with your copies. There could be some to DCA. There could be some for, trying to catch dips. You could have some sort of portfolio allocation. But to further discuss this, you can also book a one-on-one. Link is in the description. Or you could join the Patreon and talk about it on Sunday's meeting. What's going on, Lassa Rafam? Vets in Crypto, what's going on? I saw you on Twitter. Vets in Crypto. I think I'm following you. I better be following you or I'm going to look stupid. That's right. I'm following Vets in Crypto. At Vets in Crypto 1, if you guys want to follow them. We salute our vets. Thank you for your service, Mr. Veteran. We appreciate it. Somebody makes the bottom. Gotta be somebody. True. But you don't know even if you try and make the bottom, what if you make a big buy to make the bottom and then a bigger whale comes and dumps on that buy and then it makes a lower low? So even if you make the bottom, you're still gambling. You don't know if you're going to make the bottom. Damn, we got a lot of chats. I got to be a little more picky on what I select. Yeah, I didn't make that up, by the way. It was something that was talked about Ivan on Hex. And 110 people watching, so please hit the like and subscribe button. Abdu Sunderland, we've been hearing the same thing for over 2 years. This thing will never get released. Let me tell you something, dude. Hex was also a year late, and it came out, and the people that got in did exceptionally well. So tech is late, dude. What's going up? What's going on, Fiddy Paldi? Hexco says, can't renounce my citizenship either, at least now, until I'm a crypto whaler. Yeah, me too. Maybe once I'm a crypto whaler, I'll renounce I'll go watch Nomad Capitalist, and I'll talk about, revoking citizenship. But I'm not going to do that. I like the U.S., dude. Like, I like the U.S. I don't want to live in some foreign country in the middle of nowhere. So I'm probably not going to do that. But who knows? Things change. People's opinions change. Gabriel, what's your prediction on V3? Did I miss it? My prediction? It's a good question. No, you didn't miss it. My prediction is V3 not this coming week, but the week after. Is that good? You like that prediction? Is that reasonable? Meaning we have this week coming, and then the week after that probably V3. Sorry if this has been asked or talked about a lot lately. I'm still working on my way through history of videos. What's your view on OA creating parity between hex on each chain? It's definitely mathematically possible, Mr. Skyb. And the video that you should be watching is forced parity. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. I'll put it in the chat. This is a good video. And First, if you don't, you should probably maybe first watch the Hart's Law video. But let me see. Where's the force parity video? Here it is. Share. Copy link. Yeah, so this is, I'm posting in the comments right now. This is the force parity video. And also we have the Hart's Law video. Could give you a good background. It's from the same stream. I really like this video. Really brought to life Richard Hart's biggest philosophical contribution to the crypto space. So I'm proud that I could be part of it in some way. It means a lot to me, actually. So yeah, check out those videos. Frenchie made bully says, for people who don't know, US is not the same as USA. And citizen means city stands for municipal, and Zen stands for servant. Now ask yourself, are you a servant? I guess then I am, because I am a citizen. I don't, it doesn't really mean much, these whole word things. It's like, yeah, everyone's a citizen. Everybody, that's just the way the world works. You know, you're gonna be under people. I mean, that's just how it works. Or you'll rule. Maybe one day you'll rule, or you'll get ruled. But hopefully the people that rule are kind. Valen says, when will we have Johnny Chaos on stream again? Always enjoy what he has to say as well. Well, let me just say, I also always enjoy what he has to say, but he doesn't go on streams a lot. And I got Johnny on like twice in 3 weeks. So I'm probably not going to bother him for a little bit, but he's always welcome on. And maybe if he pops up in the chat, I'll send him a link, you know, just in case he wants to hop on. But I would feel bad just asking him so soon. But he's obviously always welcome on the show. And hopefully he'll come back very soon. Crypto Banter just crosses their fingers that the hype is listed on one of their referral link exchanges so that chat can pile in using their VPN reference referral link too. Shameless, I say. Well, there's nothing wrong with a VPN referral. The issue is obviously referral links for leverage trading and obviously referring people to coins that they're paid to shill. But I have a referral link for Ledger. I use the Ledger hardware wallet, and I have a referral link. There's nothing wrong with that. And VPN is something definitely that people use. I'm not upset about that. But yeah, I know what you mean. Crypto Steve. Your HEX copy will be worth more a month later. So buy your PulseX after it dips and get more. You're saying buy the... I don't know if that... It may or may not be true. You're saying that PulseX is going to dip and HEX is going to pump. They're probably going to... There's the liquidity bonds, so they're probably all going to dip and pump together. But maybe not the same percentages. Same, they're gonna, I mean, that depends also on liquidity bonding. But the point is that I think it's an interesting play. Todd, what's going on? Todd, thanks for tuning in. Better be following you or gonna look stupid. Laugh my F. Well, Todd, I know you're following me because we DM and you're in the Patreon. So shout out to that. And Gabriel says, so 2 more weeks sounds good. Yeah, you got me there. But yeah, 96 people watching. be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, go to furufinance.com and book your free one-on-one today. And just a reminder that you too can be a Patreon. You get access to exclusive videos, my portfolio, my trades, my Discord, like-minded people, courses, weekly meetups, all good stuff. So links in the description for that. Consider joining that. Davis, what's going on? A lot of people got a great price due to the gatekeepers. Yes, myself included. Any price is a great price, right? Urban Productions. Whales can push the price against them. So if you see a dip, it could mean big money buying. Could mean, could also, yeah. I mean, you could really look on chain and see, because HEX is completely traded on chain. But obviously other coins, which are on mainly centralized exchanges, you can't know. That's what's cool about HEX. You can, excuse me, you can see well, actually, you could see them dump, but you don't know if that means they're dumping to buy. But I guess if they previously have a record of dumping and then buying, then it's more likely. That'll be the way to phrase it. 98 people watching, though. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We have great content coming out every day, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Let's check out the HEX price. Problem with the HEX price is there's not much liquidity compared to like Bitcoin, so it doesn't move a lot. But it looks like we're holding the support real good for now. And we're maybe going to retest it for a little. Maybe we'll retest it the next couple of days. And Bitcoin, 19,911. Will the daily candle close below 20,000? That's the question, because this last one closed at about 20. Will this daily candle close below 20,000 for Bitcoin? And are we going to 11K and pray? It's a good question. And just a reminder also, guys, consider joining the TikTok and YouTube Shorts Telegram and start creating TikToks or supporting those that do by liking, commenting, engaging with posted TikToks. Linking that in the chat. Chat. And let's go check out the give a little shout out to our TikTokers. We got at VRDHex. Go follow him at VRDHex on TikTok. Been doing some great work, and he really gets TikTok. Then we got, obviously, Nico _H Education. He's been getting some serious numbers, 2,764 followers. He's gotten a couple. He's gotten in the tens of thousands. My most watched video on YouTube was like 6,900. He's getting into the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands on TikTok. So Nico H Education is awesome. Jamie Crypto is getting into the hundreds of thousands. he's really doing amazing. He's got 10,000 followers. So follow Jamie Crypto 1 on TikTok. And then we got Julia Hexkin. He's got 2,321 followers. But she's hit over 500,000 on one video. Wow, where is it? 704,000 views on Richard Harden on Crypto Man Ran. Then we got, obviously, Yori Hex, 15,700 videos. She's incredible at TikTok. And then we got Ebit Hex. Ebit Hex. Go follow him at Ebit_Hex. He's created the Dropbox for all the TikToks that everyone's using. So shout out to that. Shout your boy out, Crypto Khalil. But yeah, we got 91 people watching, so be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And follow me at Furu Finance if you haven't already. But it's looking like things are looking bad. Things are looking bad for Bitcoin. Hex is dumping a little bit, but you know, we're here. That's all that matters. So, and Khalil, appreciate you going to follow me. But yeah, so wait, do you have a TikTok? Do you have a TikTok? Crypto Khalil? Is that what you meant? Crypto. Is that how you spell it? I guess you don't. Oh, you do? Oh, there we go. We found you. Followed. Yeah, go follow Crypto Khalil. I'll link it in the chat. We appreciate the TikTokers. But yeah. What's going on, Stefan? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you sharing it on Twitter as well. Appreciate all the retweets I get from you. And other great Hexican Twitter accounts like Christina Hype and many others. So thank you. Yeah, guys, 87 people watching. Just make sure you hit the like, subscribe. It looks like that's it for today. Just a reminder to check out the link in the description. Consider becoming a Patreon, support the channel, get access to my portfolio, my trades, weekly meetups, Discord, exclusive videos, and direct messaging with myself and like-minded people. And also consider booking a free one-on-one. Links in the description. Book it at your convenience. I will be back either for patrons this Sunday at 12 p.m. for our meeting or Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. But thank you very much for tuning in. Hit the like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching the replay, and have a great rest of your day and have a great weekend. Take care.